called on Terry, and he's answered and picked up, and he's joining us on the Punters Lounge Live. Good morning to you, Terry. It looks like it's a nice enough day for Rickon. I guess you're looking forward to what is a really strong card there today.
Yeah, good morning, Aidan. Yeah, the track come up with a dead five, and it's good fields today, and good betting, and it's going to be very, very hard for the punters to sort them out today.
Yeah. What about for you? We're going to go through your book of rides very shortly, but how's it come up overall? What are your thoughts on your book of rides?
Oh, I think I've got a very nice, strong book of rides. I think I've got 3 realistic chances, and I've got 7 rides, and I think 2 or 3 of the others are good place chances, and no reason why they can't win either.
Yeah, we're looking at your prices as well. We've got 4 of them are under $10, including Red Rose Warrior, who kicks you off for Neil Ridley. You've had a really good association with Neil too, Terry, and here's a horse who came back from Hong Kong, looked really good first up in the south, and the last start third at Riccarton was a pretty encouraging effort as well. What are you making about how this horse is progressing?
Yes, the last start third was a very good run. The 2 starts before that, when it's missed, was down on the inside on a wet track, and then the start before 3 wide, ran a good second at Trent Cup meeting. First time over ground here in New Zealand, but he did have start his career in England and did win over a mile and a quarter there. So I'll suggest as for punters, I don't think that'll be a real big problem. I think on the strength of that, he'd be a very, very good ride.
I know you've done your homework because that's what we've got you on. Where do you think you'll be positioning up in this race?
Drawn 1, he can put himself in the race a wee bit, so if I'm 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, I'll be happy. I'll just buy out riding wherever he's comfortable. Okay,
one thing we did mention was just about your association with Neil Ridley. It's been quite a fruitful one for you. What's it like? Sort of give us some insight into Neil and the way that he approaches race day. What's he like, to deal with when you get to Riccarton?
Well, as I said, any day Neil's just a man of few words. He doesn't say nothing. A couple of times I've put an inside. He says, He just goes like that. He says, just ride what's in front of you. And very easy to ride for Neil. And love riding for him too, because he produces his horses well. And I've had a good association with Neil over the years. And I just love riding for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing. It must give you confidence as a jockey. You can turn up knowing that Neil's produced them in really good order. Let's move you on to the second, Terry, and have a look at the market for this one. Also, just get your thoughts on your ride here, Irish Express. Was terrific last time out. It came from a long way back, Terry. On this occasion, you got it $5 and $2 and one of the key favourites in the race. But what did he show you in that closing stages when he's really put that race to bed?
Well, to be fair, just going back a step, the start before he was probably certainly beat at Ashburton. Probably my own fault. I dug him up and he over-raced a wee bit. He'll get back a wee bit in his race, drawn out a wee bit. He'll get back a wee bit, but he likes a little bit of room, so he's better off coming round them too. So, look, the only chink in his armour, perhaps he's got a very good record at Riccarton. He's won 3 out of 3 there, but they have been on heavy tracks, so it's a little bit better track today. That's probably the only chink in his armour, but to be fair, he's still got a good ride. He won very emphatic last start, so I think he's a very good ride.
He seemed to be doing it so effortlessly. You got to the leaders really well, and he's just bolted away from them. What sort of feel did he give you?
Probably that's the thing, you don't feel him quicken that much, but he's just a big, strong horse, and as he lets down, the stride just lengthens, and like once again, he just won very emphatically and won very good, and can be a very good feel at Riccarton last start.
Okay, today you stay in rating 65 grade, but you're going up that extra 2.5 kilograms to carry 59.5. What are your thoughts on the weight?
Oh, look, I never get too carried away about weights. Have a horse to ride, I think, on the day, if you've got a little horse, maybe the odd one wants a relief, and probably in the winter time they do use it more too, but I'm not too beat up over the weight. I think you'll carry it.
Okay, let's move you on to the third, Terry, and again, a really key ride here. I thought On Point's last start run had a lot of merit in running 4th, and you just think that it's a horse who's going to improve into this. Was that the sort of feel you got of her last time out, that she would take benefit out of that run?
I'm just going back. I hear he's talking about it on first call today, and I think he's pretty much bang on the money. Second run record probably not that great, but look, her first up run was a very brilliant run. If anything, I thought she was going to win at the furlong. She just knocked up the last little bit, but you got to remember that was an open class field, and probably as nice a field as was assembled down here. So she drops back to an 82 rating today, and look, if she runs at the strength of her first up run, I think she can win.
Yeah, well, you're only agreeing with me because I put it on top, Terry, to be fair. But tell you what's really encouraging, that you're watching the first call and you're getting your form out of it. So that's good. What about where we mapped the horse? I think I had the horse 3 back the fence. Where do you sort of see the horse positioning up?
Drawn 4, she might just end up just in behind the leaders. She perhaps was a little wee bit fresh last start, so she may be 4th, 5th or 6th, somewhere in about there probably as well.
Okay, we're going to move you on to the first of those two.
It's a very good run, and she don't have to do much to improve to win.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll move you on to the Champagne Stakes, Terry, and just get your thoughts on this race. We'll just have a look at the market here, and you can see that Kitan Warrior is at $13. When we looked at their last start race in behind Trifolium, we did see the runner-up All About Magic really getting away from you in the closing stages. Is there anything that's giving you confidence that you're able to turn the tables on the favourite here?
He drew 1 last start, and the track was probably just a little wee bit off on the inside. I was talking to Lance through the week, and he raced just a little bit keenly too, and Lance said he thought he might have him underdone, and he might have been a wee bit on the fresh side. Look, to be honest, he's probably got to improve a wee bit to win. I think there is some improvement. Leading up just before Cup Week, he did run a credible third behind Miss Federer, which has gone on to get black type. Like I said, he does have to improve a little bit, but I think he'll give a pretty good account of himself. He's trained on well since, and as I said, last year said he sort of blamed himself. He thought he might have him a wee bit fresh and a wee bit underdone last start too.
Yeah, what's he like to ride?
Lovely little horse. He's not overly big in stature. Just working with him through the last few months, he's probably just gone from a boy that's sort of starting to grow into a man a little bit. He'll go out for a spell after today. There's not really a lot left around for him, but I think he's got to make it a nice 3-year-old just the same.
Okay, talking about 3-year-old, is he a horse who could come back and be sort of competitive in those key sort of southern lead-ups into Guineas races? Is that the type of horse he could develop into?
Possibly. It's up to him. Like I said, he's not overly big in stature, but I think he will grow a wee bit more when he goes out, and it's probably up to him when he comes back. But he has shown a little bit, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I guess one of the rides you're most looking forward to today is Prince Oz in that Daphne Bannon Memorial Great Easter Stakes. He's a horse who put them together in a row for you last year, Terry, as well. And we remember, most of all the Cup Week run, which was superb. Just tell us about the form leading into today. What are your thoughts on sort of how he measures up in this race?
Very, very happy with him last start. He won 7 in a row, and when he went to Wellington, when he come back, I didn't notice it, but talking to a couple of people, he says, look, he's just lightened up a wee bit. He went down to the need, and he probably just run a little bit under par there. Neil's backed off the horse. He came into the race last start, and he just gave me a magnificent feel. It was nice to see him run, even though he got beat. He got beat by Neil's other horse, He Can Fly, which has done a sensational job from through the season too, winning black type. So it was a very, very handy field. Like I said, he backed off him a wee bit, put a bit of weight back on him, and to be fair, at the furlong I thought he was very much like on point. He was going to win. They have just picked on his run, stepping up to 1400 today, but I don't think that'll be a big problem for him. And lovely horse to ride, and I think he can turn it around and do the job today.
Okay, that's really encouraging to hear. I know you don't measure too much on weights, but just tell me, there is a kilogram swing towards him over He Can Fly. Does that make too much difference in this, or do you think that it's sort of negligible?
Once again, I never get too carried away on weights. If the horse is right, they'll carry it. I'm a great believer of that. But, no doubt when they get up there, it does take its toll a little bit, I suppose. But having said that, I think the encouraging part was a very, very good second. I thought at the furlong he had He Can Fly beat, and he just picked on his run. But like I said, he's had to back off and fresh him up, put a little bit of weight back on the horse. But he's given me a very, very, very good feel, and I think he can turn it around.
Sounds like you got some confidence there. Just tell us, who was the best of your rides today in your mind?
I think first school got it right. Prince Oz and On Point would probably be best too. But look, the other supporting rides, I think I've got a very good book of rides. But if I was to put them on top, I'd probably have to have Prince Oz because he can just handle any sort of going. Whereas perhaps On Point might just prefer a little wee bit wetter, but has one on dead track too. So no, I think they'll be two best rides. But I've got a good supporting book of rides around it as well.
Oh, you're saying all the right things, Terry. We're going to get you on more often. You can keep promoting our First Call show as well. Hey, best of luck for today, and thanks for joining us here on the Punters Lounge Live.
I think they're good. They're hard punting fields for some of the fields today, so good luck to all the punters that they get a winner.